Majority of those who died today were children. Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old. They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays, graduations, weddings, kids of their own. Among the fallen were also teachers, men and women who devoted their lives to helping our children fulfill their dreams.
It was an emotional President Obama talking just moments ago at the White House about a school shooting in Connecticut. Welcome to this News Hub special. I'm Simon Constable. What do we know now? Let's have a quick look and go through the facts as we know them. This is a fast-moving story. 27 fatalities at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. 20 children, 6 adults, and the gunman. There may be an additional victim at a separate location. We know he's alleged to be a man called Ryan Lanza, 24 years old. The shooting concentrated around a single classroom, a bathroom, and a hallway. He's alleged to have used a .223 caliber Bushmaster rifle, as well as a Glock and a Sig Sauer. There is a map. They were found near that. That is a map of the area. That is the Long Island Sound at the bottom there in the blue, and Newtown, obviously within 60 miles of New York City in Fairfield County. Okay, we got Aaron Rutkoff of the Wall Street Journal Greater New York section here, who's been coordinating the coverage of this for our Greater New York section. Thanks for being here. I understand you've been very busy. What is the latest that you've been hearing?
Well, we just had an update with the death count from the state police in Connecticut. And they made it clear that there were 20 children who were killed at the school. We've had our reporters talking to teachers who were in the school and managed to get out as well as some of the parents there.
There's some great color and the story from Sophia Hollander, which is on the Metropolis blog. 3 of the teachers jumped out of the meeting room.
Yeah.
So the principal was broadcasting something over the loudspeaker before she was killed.
That's right.
The smell of gunpowder.
So Sophia spoke to a 4th grade teacher who her students were in a library session. So she was in a meeting with some fellow teachers, and they said they heard the gunshots first, and then over the loudspeaker, what sounded like a commotion, a struggle. Inside the principal's office, and that teacher said that was something that she thought allowed all the teachers in the school to react very rapidly. She said that the teachers at that school, this teacher who she spoke to, that they're trained to deal with a situation like this, to go into a lockdown mode and to take their kids into a safe space. That teacher described 3 of them in that room jumped out of a window because they were in they were in a classroom that had no lock on it, a meeting room, and they returned with police to look for their kids, and thankfully for this 4th grade teacher, all of her students were safe.
All of those students, but obviously 20
right.
down. Now, this is a very big school. It's like a 600 students or so, is my understanding.
That's right.
And a lot of teachers, like 40 teachers or so. So this is pretty big. This is locked down now. What else are you hearing?
Well, the latest from the state police is that they've cleared the school. I mean, I'm sure they're not letting anybody approach the building right now, but that they do have, everybody out of the school. There's been a report from Danbury Hospital where 3 victims are being treated there. We don't have any other information on people who may have been harmed or wounded. We've been scrambling to get to the location of the alleged shooter's address. We spoke to a neighbor of the family of the alleged shooter. Yeah. It's a small village within Newtown, Connecticut called Sandy Hook, and this neighbor said that the family is a quiet, unassuming family. It's a block that has, or a street that has rather large houses on it, and most people know each other, he said, but people don't really know this family very well, or at least this one neighbor didn't.
The alleged shooter is believed to have a connection to the school. What is that connection?
There have been a lot of conflicting reports right now, and it's not something we have confirmed, but there are reports out there that the alleged shooter is related to a teacher at the school. So that's definitely something that we're pursuing and working on. But again, it's not something we've been able to confirm yet.
And there are, obviously, with these things coming out as something like this, a lot of the information tends in breaking news story like this, it comes out in dribs and drabs, and sometimes it's confirmed and sometimes it's not. So that is quite normal.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of different law enforcement agencies who are involved in the story. Plus, we have reporters who are speaking to witnesses and staff at the school. And today, which again is not unusual in a story like this, it's a smaller town. It's not. This isn't the the NYPD or something that is responding. It took several hours to get even confirmed numbers of victims and basic information about the shooting.
And this has gone beyond it being a one-state thing, hasn't it? Because there were possibly one other victim in another state, not Connecticut.
That's true, and we've also heard from the state police that they were expanding the search for information to the gunman, both in and out of state. They said earlier.
Okay, we've just got something breaking. Actually, it's got your name on it. Shooting happened in 2 schoolrooms, according to state police.
That's right.
Connecticut State Police Spokesman Paul Vance confirms 26 killed in the shooting at Sandy's Elementary School. The principal didn't think twice about helping. That's what the Newtown school therapist is saying about that. Tell us about that.
Yes. So again,
it sounds like the folks who worked at the school were just lovely.
I mean, this is I think possibly going to be one of the most heart-wrenching sides of the narrative that we're learning. The principal is reported to be among the victims of the shooting. We're not sure if she's alive or dead, but we have seen several reports that she was one of the victims. And we spoke to a school therapist who was in a room with the principal as the shooting started. And she describes the principal just leaping out of her seat immediately and running into the danger clearly. It's very, very wrenching and
an absolute heroine for doing that.
The same therapist also described being in the room, and it was another door that didn't lock, and one of her colleagues throwing her body in front of the door to keep it closed. So, I mean, you clearly get the sense from the people that we've spoken to who were there that this was a situation of terror.